Welcome to my channel. My name is Valerio and today we're going to review the Megatron. This is a model kit by Flame Toys, and if you never heard about this particular model kit, well, I'm not particularly surprised. Honestly, I completely even forgot that I pre-ordered it. I think it was like 2 years ago, and then I found out that at the same time they launched that kind of die-casty version out of it. Anyway, this is the model kit based on the Megatron from Beast Wars in the particular interpretation of IDW. So very similar to the original animation one, just a tiny bit more detailed. And now, if you never have built a model kit from Flame Toys, they're quite particular. So they go very strong on articulation. They're made in ABS, but they don't have an inner frame. So maybe a bit closer to a SMP from Bandai, so Super Mini Pla, more than an HG real grade. If you have to compare it with a Gundam model kit, it's going to be closer to a full mechanics one. If, like, give it or take it, not exactly, but at least to give you what we're thinking about. So I bought this one on Big Bag Toy Story for a lot of money. This was $80, $89, something like that. And I completely forgot. I just saw the charge over my credit card. I say, what there is inside. So normally I show the runner in a nice animation. However, I found out one thing, that when I was shooting this bit, the parts were actually falling down from the runner. So pay attention once you open them. Be sure that you have the box behind so you don't lose anything. Now, on level, normally here I comment about anything weird with the color, how is the build quality and everything. So these are this is a particular model kit way better than the other one in the same line from Flame Toys for one particular reason. So the color of the plastic is very, very good, very high. There are a lot of pre-painted parts, but pre-painted with taste, like properly hard part to manually paint. And even the color that is the famous gunmetal that is supposed to be of the joints looks pretty metallic, like you don't need it to paint it. I'm a super big fan of paint your kit to get the most high value out of them. However, in this case, it's gonna, I mean, you will tell me at the end what you think about it. Anyway, a lot of pre-painted parts, so you don't need even to do any detailing. A lot of runner, a lot of small runner, which I don't particularly like. And the build overall, now we're gonna start with accessory, was pretty easy, like 3 hours altogether. Here we have the accessories, and if anything, I can only complain about them because there are not too many of them. So here we have the T-Rex arm out of it. As you can see, I didn't put any sticker. There are plenty of stickers, but I didn't put any because it looks pretty good, and everything is pre-painted or color part separated, which is great. And this is the cannon arm. It can move and looks pretty bombastic. Like, honestly, the more I was building this kit, the more I was surprised by the overall quality about it. As I was saying, this is not my first kit in this line, but this was much better than it. And very easy to build, like HG Gundam kind of easy. Maybe just pay attention. There are a bunch of stickers. I still plan to paint it one day, but it's very down the line because, you know, it looks pretty good. Now, as I was saying, not hard, so don't worry about it. If this is your first kit, it's pretty easy, but there is a but. The instructions are pretty clear. They're just very, very small. This was a problem that I saw with the other kit from this line as well. If you don't see very well, put up your glasses, okay? This is the only difficulty I had building this kit. Now we have our Megatron from Beast Wars, and as you can see, it looks pretty awesome. Like, honestly, I would say that the normal hands are the real accessory inside of it. However, like the variety on the various websites, that is 16 centimeters. No, it is not. I didn't measure it. I should do it, and maybe I do it and update this story on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. Instagram profile name is exactly the same as the channel, so Robot di Megalopoli. And anyway, it's more than 16 centimeters, I can tell you that. It is very, very sturdy and it gives a super nice feeling. And overall, like, if I tell you this was a pre-built kit, you say, yeah, sure, a pre-built action figure. It is. Actually, it's better than the average pre-built action figures. Like, this leans very hardly into the assemble your own action figure kind of space. As I was saying, it's very solid. Pieces don't part to fall, and the only part that tend to open are the shoulder pads that you can actually put a tiny bit of plastic cement. They're going to stay there forever, but they don't move and not they detach. So for articulation, this is very, very good, but Flame Toys or Sentinel is very specialized into it. This is what they know how to do it. So you can move the shoulder pads, it's divided into parts, and then you can place it up, and then the arm can reach over shoulder level. As you can see, this is very detailed. There are not really holes or anything. And yeah, double joints over it. You can close completely the arm. It's pretty perfect. And ball peg over the hand. Now there is, you can move at the waist as much as you want. There is a bit of an ab crunch, nothing extreme because inside there is a ball peg, but still okay. A bit of butterfly joint, still a bit, which is better than nothing. And then you see, give me a second, you have the, I call them the wings. I know they're not the wings, but you know, they can move quite a bit. Now for the legs, this guy can do the split. And it will hold whatever pose you throw at him. Double joints, there are no holes once you put it, unless it's in invisible position, as you can see, yeah. And then there is the possibility of dropping the leg joint by a bit, so to give him even more extreme pose. Guys, articulation wise, this is everything that you want to be out of a kit, other than the foot. The foot are pretty limited, and they are detailed, but they move a bit left and right, up and down, but that's it. But they're very large and they're very spiky, so please pay attention once you play and try to pose it, because you might seriously stab yourself. Ask me how I know that might happen. Anyway, articulation, this is pretty great. Like, this is everything you want. Obviously, you could have like a tiny platform for the head more than the ball peg, but you know, this does the basic extremely well and goes even a bit beyond over the basic. So very, very appreciated for articulation. Now, a tiny bit of comparison. Lego Dude is very small, very, very tiny. Then let me pull off something you might have at home. This is the Red Gundam. As you can see, guys, the Red Gundam is like 13 centimeters. This is Moderoid Tekamen Blade. Is smaller, is one head smaller. I don't know where they see the 16 centimeters. This is Master Grade Zaku. It's 6. I don't know why it looks smaller, but they're kind of tall, exactly the same. This is the Adama version of the rod, the one from Takara, the latest one. They're almost all the same. And yeah, this is Megatron by Magic Square, Legend Side figure. Well, different interpretation. I mean, different subjects. Let's put it that. And now for conclusion. Okay, very, very quickly, pro and cons. I have one only cons and then half cons. Proper cons, there are not too many accessories. So there are only one pair of hands and only one face, which is super expressive. I'm loving it. And the hands are very expressive as well, but I would have liked at this price point either articulated hands or several options like closed fist, pointing fist, you know, the kind of option. However, as I think 99% of the people are going to buy this kit, you will install the T-Rex arms and the cannon. So, I mean, I want to say that the normal arms are the real accessory out of it. And the other half cons is the price. So, as I was saying, this was like between $80 and $90, which is quite a bit. But I don't know if it's a real cost, because maybe this stuff in China is cheaper. So, coming from there, it might be that this is just the price with tariff and everything. So let's leave it at half cons. For the pros, so the sculpt is absolutely amazing. Posability is pretty great. Does everything you want to, and even a tiny bit more. Obviously, it doesn't go into the esoteric kind of posability, but still pretty cool. And the plastic quality is good. Even is ABS, that if you follow my channel, you know that I hate. Actually, it's good quality ABS. All the parts that are pre-painted well, not like badly, but with quite precision. And overall, after you build it, you don't feel like you need to paint it. Actually, it looks pretty good. However, if you decide to panel line, guys, top coat it, because ABS will break if you don't top coat it and you want to panel line it. This is as a bit of advice. So do I recommend it? Well, yes, if you have the money, absolutely recommend it. If not, well, skip it, but it's pretty good. And from Valerio is everything. Have a nice day and please subscribe.